Dab. How you doing?
Hi.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Sorry for missing last week.
Yeah. We that was very last minute as well. Like we were umming and ahhing, and then it was just we need to get this song finished, and now today you can hear the end product of why we didn't live stream last week.
Indeed. So, yeah, it'd be really interesting to hear your thoughts on the new song. I'll play it. We've got the video loaded up, so if we have a bit of time, we can play it towards the end of the stream. You know, I think we're really. But I think the reason we wanted to give it an extra bit of time was because we just had a really good feeling about it, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's just like rain for me. This song, like it all came together in the last week, and then just kind of flourished into what you guys can hear today, which is it's a good song. Never Fade is sorry, I always do this, right? While we go on live, I keep the comments tab up on the side of the screen, and then I see them come through, and I just start. I'm like, ah! I need to take that off. Right, okay. So I'm not going to look at comments now until
I'll look at comments because I've got control.
Until Jake puts them up on the screen, I don't know what you're saying. So be kind.
Be nice about the song. No, thank you for tuning, Zach. Nice to see you. Yeah, so I guess let's chat a little bit, unless we get questions in about like the process of this song, because the instrumental is pretty old, right?
Yes, yeah. It was in the original batch of songs you sent me when I first joined, and I mean that's over a year and a half ago.
Yeah,
like we constantly say, it's been a long time. We're sat on a lot of ideas, and this was one of them that has now turned into a fully fledged song, which is quite impressive. This is one of the songs that like I listened to when I had the initial idea, and it reminded me of Korn. Just reminded me of Korn from the back. I was sitting there in my room thinking of vocal ideas, and I was doing his like Jonathan Davis's scat thing, and I was like, yeah. I was like, this could work.
Yeah.
Can't imagine me doing that now. I mean, look what we ended up writing instead. So good. It's a really good song. I'm really pleased with how it came out.
I'm really pleased with it as well. I think it's a strange balance of like sounds as well. Like, because I think at points it's our heaviest song, and then also it's probably like our poppiest song as well. Yeah. Like, I think it's a really, really strange balance that we hit with it. But I'm really into it. I really, really like it. Hi, Omar. How you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, Zach's going to listen to it more later. Karl keeps killing the vocals, is what Zach just said. So,
thanks, Zach. It means a lot to me, man. I'm guided by this fucker. To be fair, I'm guided by Jake here because like when it comes to this song, like I had if you could hear the demos, the original chorus idea that I came up with, we ended up scrapping in favor of something that Jake just came up with on the fly. He even wrote lyrics to it, and then I turned around and went, "Yeah, that's great, but I'm writing about something else."
Yeah. Like there was, it was literally your chorus was good. Like I was like, okay, yeah, all right, let's play around for more than 5 seconds on this.
Yeah.
And literally it was just a case of I picked up the guitar and I was playing along with the chords, and I was like, oh, I think I've got something here. And so yeah, like literally, when did we do that? It was on Wednesday, right?
It was not that long ago. I'd say a week and a half. You're right.
Yeah,
about
like
a week and a half.
This version of the chorus has only existed for about a week and a half. And then on Friday I gave the mix to everybody and was like, you know, how do we feel? And I don't think everybody was like fully sold on it.
I will put my hand up and say the first mix, I did not like it. I did not like it.
No,
and then I didn't even get the chance to say anything. I didn't say anything because by the next time I looked at the chat, there was already a new mix. And I listened to that. I went, I can't put my finger on it, but this is 10 times better than what I'd heard yesterday. And I don't even, I'll be honest with you, Jake, I still to this day don't essentially know what you changed.
Well, so what it was, there was some backing vocals that I did in there, some like aggressive backing vocals, and there was something in those that wasn't quite right. So I tweaked them a little bit, and then there was like a repeating line that we decided to do something else with, and I think those two things made a massive difference. But it just needed a bit of extra attention. That's why we didn't stream on last Friday, because I was just like, no, I really want to spend a bit of time getting this song right, and I think it was worth doing because I'm really, really, really pleased with this song. And like jamming the original version in the car, I was just like, not quite sure. And now this version, I'm in love with it. I think it's really, really good. So yeah, this is probably one of my favorites. It's up there with, like, mind you, I really like them all, but in terms of like my favorites that we've done, it's probably going to be like Never Fade and this one and Bloodlines, and then maybe like Validate Me for me.
I have received compliments on the vocals from each member of this band individually, separately, which is why I love the song so much, because those lyrics took 5 minutes and they just came. It was just so nice. Like, obviously there are bits that you guys tweaked and we tweaked. It was the chorus. We all tweaked together, and the middle 8, but the verses were written and solidified in 5 minutes.
Yeah, no,
lyrically, sorry.
When Karl showed me the lyrics, I said to him, I was like, I think these are your best lyrics. Like, they caught me off guard. Like, they're just really, really like powerful lyrics, I think. So no, you smashed it. Zach's asking, wasn't the other song named 8:30 or something like that? 8:40 p.m. 8:40 p.m. is the name of a demo that I think we're still playing around. Oh wait,
that's this song. This song. Yeah. It's now called Bloodlines, Zach.
Yeah, there you go.
You can listen to it on Spotify.
Yeah, no, that is this song. Well done. I completely forgot that was this song. I thought that was in our list of songs to play with.
It's the title I could remember the most. I don't know why. The working title that I could remember the most.
8:40 p.m.
Yeah, but I also thought it was 8:40 BPM, and I've read it as 8:40 BPM. And I remember listening to it thinking, this isn't that fast. Why would they call it 8:40 BPM?
That'd be the clip. Yeah, no, I again really proud of the song. Yeah, unless anybody's got any questions about the song.
I'd like to read to you while I find this. So I've been talking with Jay this week because I posted up some lyrics on my own personal page, my personal music page, that I wrote in an evening, or I say in an evening. That was another 5-minute jobby, and I sent them to Jay. And I want to describe to you how much Jay embellishes every he can find a way to describe what I've written in so much better clarity than I ever could, and he makes it sound so much nicer than what I was actually trying to write. Oh, well, I think I'm close. I'm reading about it, but yeah, if you wanted to play the song while I find this, that would be just because he's such a nice man, Jay. It's such a shame. I'm sure he would join us back on stream one day, but unfortunately, at the moment, he's busy in his private life.
It's all good stuff though. Nothing negative. It's all,
yeah,
it's all good. So I'm going to play the track while Karl finds what he's looking for. This is Bloodlines. This is our new single. You can find it on Spotify, Amazon, Deezer, Napster, probably everywhere online, YouTube Music, all of that stuff. You can stream it on there. So this is Bloodlines.
Like moths drawn to the light, maybe we can learn to see the warning signs. Center your lives. Why do we let you control all of our minds? It's in our bloodlines. I see everybody hurting. No one's listening tonight. As we all prepare our voices, can we choose to sacrifice? Maybe they don't understand that we all want the same inside. Every person feeling wanted. We are all just moths drawn to the light. Maybe we can learn to see the warning signs. Listen to your life. Why do we let you control all of our minds? It's in our bloodlines. Beyond the malice that they taught you, there's a human still inside. Are you really that conceited that you choose to sacrifice? Am I a fool for thinking we can change? The world is burning all the same. Like moths drawn to the light. Maybe we can learn to see the warning signs. Listen to your life. Why do we let you control all of our minds? It's in our bloodlines. We are humans up out of sight. Open up your mind to all the fights. Together we can build a bridge tonight. Fight. Like moths drawn to the light. Maybe we can learn to see the warning signs. Listen to your lies. Why do we let you control all of our minds? Like moths drawn to the light. Maybe we can learn to see the warning signs. Listen to your lies. Why do we let you control all of our minds? It's in our bloodlines. Bloodlines.
Hey! I wasn't sure when it was going to come back. That was Bloodlines. Joe Hazemore says that it was filthy.
It is
Zach.
filthy.
I assume that's a good filthy, not a bad filthy.
Very filthy.
Thank you for finding the song filthy. Zach says the song is fire. There is fire in the video, so I would definitely agree with you there. No, thank you guys. I really hope you guys like the song because it's definitely one of my favorite songs that I've ever written ever. I think it's fantastic. Go on then. Go on, Karl.
Well, I couldn't find the exact conversation or the exact blurb that he sent me when we were talking about it. But Jay does all of our write-ups anyway. So this is his write-up for this song, which which is exactly what I was trying to portray lyrically in this song. So, Bloodlines is an all-out assault on the media lies and deception that create hatred between fellow humans. The track also explores why it is that people seem so drawn to tribalism and division that they make hatred of others part of their identity. The song also questions why people seem to seek comfort in being told what to think and who to hate. The media is in the business of fear and hatred and profits from the chaos these emotions cause. Bloodlines speaks out against this practice and encourages people to fight back, think for themselves, and choose love over hate. He's just got such a... He's got
a knack.
It's honestly, could not have described it better. Like, I would have just said, yeah, I don't like the sun, so I wrote a song.
Not as in You're a Vampire, the newspaper.
No, the sun.
Don't like sun.
I don't. I mean, I could go into kind of that because, like, the whole current political landscape of things is a mess in my eyes.
Mental, yeah.
And not to alienate any fans, because everybody is an individual, and how you feel and how you think, I hope, has been drawn by your own conclusions as to what you've read and what you've learned about, and I hope that you haven't been dismayed. However, I do believe that the media has a huge role to play, and how unbiased it should be. But unfortunately, all of our media in the UK is privately owned, which means that its owners and its editors have their own ideals and things that, unfortunately, I think are pushed heavily in the way they structure their articles, which
I don't even think it's just about like their own agendas, though. Like they go, people read us because we've captured these people that believe these things, so we need to sell things to them, so we will just keep pushing that same message across, and even at the expense of the quality of the journalism. Like if it's a nuanced issue that we probably aren't that qualified to go into, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't affect everybody. I think everybody's everyone having an opinion about the things that people are told and the way that stories are delivered to people. So use the vaccine as an issue, right? You got so many people that go, yeah, okay, I'm going to get the vaccine because I want to go actually do stuff again. And then you got a whole other group of people that are like, no, they're going to stick a chip inside me, my arm's going to become magnetic, and I'm going to be a mindless drone zombie. And you just go, how do those two things exist in the same reality? Like, it's just... And I'm not even saying here that one of those things is right and one of those things is wrong, but it's just how on earth are those two things existing in the same reality? And the main reason for it is the media, because that's how we all receive information, right? That's how we all get information from either TV or Facebook, which is now complicit in the media issue. Massively. They have their own. Facebook has their own massive issue in that as soon as you clicked on one article, even just one little article that could potentially contain misinformation, harmful misinformation, the algorithm has picked up on that, and so it goes, they looked at that for so many seconds, therefore they must enjoy that type of content. Yeah, here's 6 other articles that also potentially contain harmful misinformation that this person will probably enjoy. And that is also fed into the same, a slightly different algorithm, where that advertisers can then use to push whatever message they want. So you click on a link, Facebook knows you clicked on that link, and then it's a whole thing. We're probably going to get this stream taken down because we're talking ill about Facebook on Facebook. But, I
don't even think we're technically not talking ill of it, because the algorithm works. Technically we are profiting off of this algorithm because we have set up advertisement campaigns based around metrics that Facebook have suggested our fans would potentially like. So we can then push out our music to those people in the hopes that we'll find new people that will listen to us, thanks to their algorithm. So if anything, we're bigging up Facebook. We're not like what it's done is has had harmful effects. Look at the Cambridge the Analytica scandal. But it works, and like if this is what Mark Zuckerberg wanted from the beginning, he has succeeded. And unfortunately, it has created a massive, it's created almost a community of people that unfortunately don't look beyond surface level when it comes to...
Read the headline and move on.
Yeah. And so fair play to him, man. He's worth how many bloody billions? Like,
Yeah, absolutely. So Jenny's with us. She says, "Evening,
Jenny.
boys. We are away on holiday, but still joining in. That's great. Thank you very much.
Jenny.
We appreciate it.
Thank you for your posts earlier. She shared the song earlier, which is really...
Nice.
Oh, thank you to everybody, actually, by the way, who shared the song. If you've done it, if you're planning on doing it, if you even thought about doing it and still didn't do it, thank you. It means that you listened to the song, which is good enough in my eyes.
We're thank you, everybody who's already listened. And if you haven't, go listen. It's a pretty good song.
Ignore us and what we're doing now.
we got a question from Zach. When did you start doing vocals? I'm doing bad-ish with mine.
I stumbled upon singing. It wasn't necessarily something that I knew I knew I was good at. I was originally a clarinet player. There you go.
I was also a clarinet player.
Yeah, right. All the best vocalists, mate. Clarinet players.
I was a clarinet player, and I was a piano player as well.
See, I wish piano is actually something that I really
you know
wish
what?
I could play.
While we're on clarinet, Josh was also a clarinet. In fact, he's got a degree in clarinet.
You know, we have to incorporate that into a song, right?
We have to do a 3-part clarinet harmony thing. When
we eventually, like 6 albums down the line, devolve into prog, we'll have a 3-movement song where one movement is you, me, and him all playing clarinets.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Go on.
I was originally a clarinet player, and there was one day in... I got onto a popular music course in college on my clarinet playing skills. And there was one day when a vocalist, someone who was actually gone onto the course as a vocalist, couldn't sing for some reason as a part of this little tiny band. And then I offered up, for some reason, I don't know what, put my hand up that day. I was like, yeah, I'll give it a go. I went, stood up, sang the song in front of the class. And then my teachers pulled me aside afterwards and went, what did you sign up for this class as? I was like, a clarinet player. And they went, why didn't you do it as a vocalist? I was like, because I didn't know I could sing. And they went, you can sing. Like, we need to change this now. They couldn't do it for like a year. I was 16, 17 at the time. I'm now 32. So it has been exactly half my life ago that I learned, I started the quest in learning how to sing. But I spent the majority of the first part of it being self-taught. So I mean, the only bit of advice that I would necessarily give to begin with is find a teacher that you are comfortable with. And if you are serious about learning how to sing, just pay to get, preferably, in my opinion, hands-on, because the computer screen is okay, but having someone there to actually be like, no, for me, it was like, no, you don't sing from there, you sing from here. This is your diaphragm. I found that a lot more helpful than like Zoom session vocals. But
when I had a session with a vocal tutor once, and I've not had many, but this one woman really like drilled down to like the key thing that I was doing wrong as a singer, right? And she showed me the way that she breathes when she sings, and she put my hand on her stomach and was like, feel how I'm breathing when I'm singing. And it was just like, oh, like that she like picked up on where I was failing and why I was getting exhausted when I was singing. So it definitely is really important to have somebody who can actually be in the room with you. And because singing is it's the most physical, outside of maybe drumming, thing that you can do to make music, because it's not like a guitar where as long as you push that fret and you strum that string and the string's in tune, it's going to be the right note, right? Whereas with singing, if you're sick or you're slightly dehydrated or you're in a bad mood, you're not going to sing as well. So it's like, being there in person is a really, really important thing.
Massively,
when learning how to sing. But that doesn't mean you can't practice at home and you can't watch videos on YouTube. There's some of the best vocalists are self-taught. But also all of those vocalists are probably also sought some sort of professional tutor as well.
At some point in their lives, I would have assumed that they, even if it was just to make sure that they're doing everything correctly, like, because that's the one thing I'm still learning how to sing properly. Like I really struggle with losing my voice after a show because I put too much effort in. Now me and the boys discuss this because we're going to be starting to start practicing together next month, which is quite exciting. And Jake, who is an experienced vocalist who's toured as a vocalist previously, I'm hoping will be able to give me some hints and some tips into how to not lose my voice for when we eventually start touring ourselves. You know, so we are constantly evolving. I don't think anybody who can ever stop learning something new about their instrument. There is always something that you can do, something else that you can learn to do. Like I only because of the way that me and Jake work the vocals am I now actually trying to interest up, if that's even a way of describing it. When I pick up my acoustic and I start trying to write my music, or when I'm just singing vocal lines in the car, I start trying to interest up my my vocal lines by adding weird notes and things that and weird ways of singing it, and I'm like, that's all from working with Jake's. So you can learn things from just random people that you work with, like in music. So honestly, just but to start with, get a teacher, get in a room with them, show them how you sing, and they will help bring the best out of your voice technically and safely.
And it's not just like when we say get a teacher, we're not talking about getting classical vocal lessons.
Oh yeah.
You know, like if you learn to sing in school, you're probably going to get some sort of classical vocal tutor. That's not what we're talking about. No. There are vocal teachers out there that teach pop singing and teach rock singing. You know, it's just do a bit of research into who you go to as well, because I'd actually wager some teachers, while they're really good at teaching something like classical singing, that's actually harmful for somebody like you, Karl, because they'll force you to do something with your voice that, one, you're not used to, but also two, would have a negative impact on the way that you sound, because they actively try and change the way that you sound rather than embrace how you sound and help you do it safely. So
that's probably the best bit of advice you can get. Like, don't settle. Don't settle. If you're not happy with your first vocal teacher or guitar teacher or any instrument teacher, it is okay to turn around and say, I'm going to try with someone else and I'm going to see if they're a better fit for me. You know, that's how we progress as musicians.
Yeah.
You know? So.
That was a good quote. We went on a big old tangent about singing there.
We're two singers, mate. Like, there was no way we weren't gonna embellish that our answers to that, because there's so much more that could be said. To be fair, but we don't
even Josh's having singing lessons.
Is he? Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
amazing. 3-part harmonies. Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be so cool.
Yeah. So, like, and he's not a singer of the band, but he's going, you know what, there is value in being able to sing, especially live. So yeah, he's having singing lessons. So
If I start having problems, you never know.
yeah, we'll take over, no worries. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. So the other thing we were going to talk about, unless we get any more questions in about Bloodlines specifically, Download Festival, and I know you don't know this, Karl, because I briefly mentioned it before we went live.
Yeah.
Have launched something called Download Pilot, which is, from what I understand, a government experiment where they have essentially gone, right, okay, let's try and put on a festival. It's the capacity is 10,000 people, which is still a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I don't know how many people would normally be at Download. It's probably like hundreds of thousands, right?
I don't know. I've never been. It's
amazing.
I've never been to Download. I've been to Glastonbury twice, and that's my festival experience is gone.
Yeah.
But like my major festivals, obviously been to loads of little festivals, but you know, like, but yeah, major festivals, Glastonbury. Download's on my wish list.
We'll get you to Download one day, mate. But it was really interesting to me that this was the one, like Download was the one that they chose.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'm quite.
You'd think it would be something like Reading or like some sort of like a more mainstream, in quotes, festival, but they went with Download instead, which is interesting. And I wonder if it's got something to do with the introduce the idea a bit better. Everybody has to have a test before they're allowed in. Like, you have to test negative upon entry, for COVID, obviously, not for anything else. You probably will get other stuff at the festival, but that's a whole other thing. So you have to test negative on entry, and every single band that's playing is from the UK. And I was just like, oh, that's really cool. Like, Download Festival is embracing, obviously, because they have no choice. People can't get here, right? But it's the first time I've seen a festival that is exclusively UK bands. One of your favourites, Frank Carter and the Rattlesnakes, are headlining one night.
Sorry, look at those patches. It is really warm in my house.
I think Bullet for Valentine are headlining another night.
That's pretty cool.
Like loads of bands from the UK are playing this festival, and I was like, I've not seen this before. It's really interesting that they're using a bunch of metal. Maybe it's because metalheads aren't valuable. Maybe that's why they're experimenting on them. But I just thought that was interesting because
it's funny that you say that maybe the metalheads aren't valuable.
I was joking.
Because I was going to turn around and be like, oh, so the government is recognizing metal music as having as being potentially useful for the COVID experiment, which is great.
I've got the poster here. So it's the 18th to the 20th of June. At Donington, so the normal place, 10,000 capacity pilot festival to help open up live music. And then Frank Carter and the Rattlesnakes, Sleep Token, Boston Manor, Holding Absence, great band.
Whoa, Sleep Token?
Yeah.
Sleep Token are British? I didn't know that. Oh wait, of course I do.
Of course they are.
I've heard them sing. Sorry, that actually sounds quite good. I'm quite.
You know what?
Intrigued by this.
I'm just no. Neck Deep's on the lineup. They're not British.
Yeah, Neck Deep are.
Are they?
They're from Liverpool, I think.
No way.
They're from they're from up north. They're from
American pop punk.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of other people. Enter Shikari, While She Sleeps, Creeper, Stone Broken, Twin Atlantic. I used to work with the guitarist from Stone Broken. Some people I've not heard of. Wargasm. I know a couple of the guys from there.
Our Funeral for a Friend playing. Because they were supposed to.
Doesn't look like it. I think they're playing next year, though. I think they're playing the actual festival next year. Loathe.
Loathe?
Yeah. Bullet, cool. Skindred. Like the lineup's pretty good.
It sounds pretty good, to be fair, actually. I'd be quite interested to go to that. If you could get tickets. Do you think that'll sell out in minutes? or like?
Well, so tickets went on sale for people who have bought what was meant to be this year's Download Festivals thing. They've been on sale for a couple of days, from what I understand.
Oh,
Unless they went
good.
live today, I'm not sure. I know the lineup was released today, but I think they had pre-sale up. I don't know. I do wonder if there's going to be like a hesitation.
Yeah, I
maybe it won't. Maybe it won't sell out completely straight away, because everyone's sort of going, oh, and it's 3 weeks from now. People need to like get that time off work.
It's 3 weeks from now.
Yeah.
God,
so
yeah, okay. What week is that? Is that June 21st to 25th?
It's the 18th to the 20th of June.
Okay. It's like the week. So I've got the 21st to the 25th off. I'm going camping with my wife and her family, but I was like, if it was that week, I'd be like, honey, I'm gonna sleep.
Yeah. No, it's but from what I also understand, you can't go off site. Like, you have to stay on site.
Beer money, man. Oh, they're gonna rake so much moolah.
It's just interesting. It's an interesting experiment. It'll be really interesting to see what happens.
Is that the same for the bands?
I would imagine they've all agreed. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. See, that's you imagine like walking around and you just bump into someone who's like, I've been stuck at this fucking festival for 5 days. But you're Frank Carter. Yeah, I don't care.
Get me out.
Anybody who can get me a Sainsbury's croissant right now. Like,
yeah, cool. All right. Well,
that's
I think
really cool.
It will be really interesting to see what happens. I'm really glad that the government are actually going, maybe we should allow a festival to happen and see what happens. Like, I just think it's, I reckon, to be fair, the rock community is probably the right community to do it with. Because if for no other reason, you've got mosh pits, right? Mosh pits are allowed to happen at the festival. Oh, really? So it's like that. If there's going to be a test case for COVID, that will be the one. So I don't know.
I'm going to generalize a little bit here, but the idea of hot, sweaty men running at each other, smashing each other, sounds like the perfect incubator for a virus.
It does a little bit. It does a little bit. I've been in some. I saw Skindred at a venue in Rugby, and there was far too many people in that room. Far too many. And it's exactly the right sort of place to catch something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Especially in the Newport helicopter, where everyone's not got their tops on, and you got all the sweat in the shirt, flinging it around the whole venue. Like,
fun fact: I only found out what that was like 2 weeks ago by random chance on YouTube. No, not even YouTube, on TikTok, because I follow Skindred on TikTok, and they were talking about the Newport helicopter?
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is this? And then they started showing videos of it. I was like, oh, that looks awesome.
Cool. Right. I think we'll wrap it up. I think if you haven't heard the song, please go check it out.
If you haven't heard the song, why?
I'm gonna put this thing up.
We've given you. It went live at midnight last night. You have had ample time.
You had 18 hours.
I would like a 15-page essay in my DMs by 9 a.m. tomorrow morning as to why you haven't listened.
Please go listen to it. It's on all streaming platforms. You can buy it on iTunes if you want to. Amazon. It's all there. Check it out. We hope you guys like it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you next week.
Next week, indeed.
Bye-bye.